Hey everybody, welcome to Daily Reflections with Chris. Today I'm in my car because I had to get up super early to go to a different post office. Right, it's not quite new, but it's a different post office that I'm used to going to. So I had to leave really early from my house, and so I'm not late. And here I am. But I really felt like I wanted to come on here and share with you guys today's topic. And today is March 20th. And the title of today's entry is Love and Tolerance. Love and tolerance of others is our code. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 84. I have found that I have to forgive others in all situations to maintain any real spiritual progress. The vital importance of forgiving may not be obvious to me at first sight, but my studies tell me that every great spiritual teacher has insisted strongly upon it. I must forgive injuries, not just in words or as a matter of form, but in my heart. I do this not for the other person's sake, but for my own sake. Resentment, anger, or a desire to see someone punished are things that rot my soul. Such things fasten my troubles to me with chains. They tie me to other problems that have nothing to do with my original problem. This is a good one. I mean, I guess they're all good, right? All the topics are good, I say, and definitely worth reflecting on, especially forgiveness of others, self-forgiveness, and doing what talks here is getting to the root of the problem. So sometimes, as it says here in my studies, or if I look back on my patterns, my history, I realize that sometimes being mad at my coworkers or being mad at my other family members has nothing to do with the real root of the problem. And it could be all a matter of somebody saying something that triggers something really deep inside of me. And on my way here, I was thinking about two particular people, right? Well, one, I was thinking about my friends in San Antonio and how there's a family that I really miss. There's a family that I just haven't talked to in a while, and when I first got in recovery, they just took me in, and they loved on me. They loved on me like I never been loved before, and I'm so grateful for them. And that particular person, the lady, right? The lady of the relationship of, the family, the mother figure was with me when my mom died. So I was just kind of thinking about her and thinking about her husband and how he was he was short, and he is short, and he's a really good manager. I love talking to him because just the way he is, he just carries himself really good, and I like to think of him when I think about what I want to be like when I if I ever become a manager of any business, of any corporation, of any institution, and that I would only hope to carry myself as well as he does. He had tact and talking to people, and she did too. I mean, they were like not big wigs where they came from, but they were just used to a different business structure where they came from. And when they came to San Antonio, and I was their employee, I mean, they had these sit down talks with me that were just like mind blowing. I was like, whoa, like they made me want to be a part of their corporation. They made me want to shape up. Even when I couldn't, they made me want to shape up and be a better person. And once I got into recovery, I mean, they saw me drunk. They saw me high on their time clock. And they never really said a lot of negative things to me. But they would sit me down and they would have these talks that were just like so amazing. And I remember one time this lady, I love her so much, man. I love this woman so much. And she said, we were talking about moms, and my mom I love my mom. Man, I miss my mom so much. But you know, she told me at one time, she's like, I'll be your mom. And then she gave me a kiss, and we hugged. But I remember at that time just like saying, oh no, 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 I don't need a mom. I got a mom. And I dove into like, and with her saying that, I dove more into building a relationship with my mom, because I was like, no, I'm not looking for a mom. I already have a mom. But I guess I was acting like a mom, right? And like I didn't have one, because their family was a little bit more normal than my family. So when moms are in the picture, the dynamics is different. So that was the first time, right, that I felt like triggered by that comment. And then the second time was about 5 years ago, when I had a roommate, and she would just talk to me in a certain way, not as nice as this girl, but just like talk to me a certain way. And I was like, man, you're not my mom. You don't get to talk to me like that. I'm not your child. You're not gonna treat me like I am. I'm like something years old. I was like probably like 42 by then. I was like, I'm 42 years old. I don't need a mother. And she stepped back. She says, you know what, Chris? She's like, no, you're right. I'm not your mother, but you need a mother. And I was like, screw you, you know. And then shortly after that, I moved out, because I was like, I ain't gonna let nobody treat me like that. And then not too long ago, I had a sit down talk with my former boss, and I love my, you know, these are not people that I don't love. I really do love them. I care about them, and they care about me. So they sit me down and they talk to me a certain way. And I remember feeling like, you're not gonna talk to me like you're my mother, because you're not. And because I'm not looking for a mother. I'm looking for a friend. I'm looking for a coworker. I'm looking for a boss. I'm looking for a lover. I'm not looking for a mother. And and I was like, oh, I got triggered. And you know, I think that's what this is talking about. It's like, it's not the original problem, but I'm pissed. And the lady before her wasn't the original problem. My boss from 2001 wasn't the original problem. The original problem was that back in the days, something happened in the family where this lack of a mother, or not a normal mother, or a mother like on TV, you know, something's wrong. Something happened there that's been triggering me this whole time. Anytime somebody talks to me like they're my mother, and especially now, because, you know, my mother's passed. I feel like the last 2 years that I spent with my mom were like freaking amazing. You know, this program works. And I got my relationship back with my mother that I never thought I could have, that I never thought we could have together. Her as she is, and me as I am, together. And we had like the most beautiful relationship ever. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, why do I get triggered every time somebody why do people treat me like they're my mom? And the resentments and all the fears and all the insecurities, that some of them that I have today, they have nothing to do with my boss. They have nothing to do with my ex-roommate. They had nothing to do with my really good friend from that restaurant I used to work at. It goes back to my childhood stuff, right? So forgiveness of my mother, forgiveness of myself, forgiveness of my childhood, forgiveness of all that is only going to help me today. And I've been, you know, every spiritual teacher that I've come across, that I've followed, you know, some of them I used to follow Joe Osteen. I used to follow Joe Smyer. I follow Real Talk Kim now. I follow Abraham Hicks. All these people, these spiritual teachers for me that I follow, they all say the same thing. Forgive. Chris, forgive them and forgive yourself. Not for their sake, but for your sake. Right? Because I don't want to continue to have this I'm looking for a mom attitude, because I'm not. I'm really not. I had a mom. She passed away. I'm looking for friends. I'm looking for aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters in Christ, and a lover. And I'm not looking for a mom. And But that just shows me that there's more work to be done. There's a deeper level of understanding that I need to get to, of myself, not necessarily of other people, of myself. And that when that healing occurs, that I'm able to love different, that I'm able to tolerate people, that when people do things that I'm not okay with, I could care less. or that, or that other people getting punished is not like something that I want. As a matter of fact, I don't want people to get punished. I mean, I love on people who do the worst things, even when I shouldn't, even when I just want to be like, dude, what the fuck? I look at these people that do things and I'm like, I have to almost stay away from them, because I don't want to be a part of that, the stuff they're doing. I don't want to be a part of all the lying and the stealing and the cheating. I don't want to be a part of that. So I separate myself, right? But once in a while, I got to come back to reality and be like, Chris, you're not so special that you're not capable of doing those horrible things. Because the truth is, I am. Everybody is. Everybody is capable of doing really, really awesome, amazing things. And everybody's capable of doing horrible things. I will agree, some saints are probably not, even though some did. Maybe some people in my life, I watched them and I said, man, they're just not horrible people, but they've done horrible things. It's just weird. And I think I feel that back and forthness, or that that like, whoa, yes, no, maybe I better get away from here. It's like, no, or I'm really, really attracted to somebody, is because I've healed in some places and other places I still haven't. And I can almost tell when I haven't healed is because I'm not able to love or tolerate certain people. There's certain people in my life that trigger me every single time. Like, also, I think I felt like I probably had too much road time today, because I was thinking about, one particular guy that goes to my group, and I'm like, I was at an event yesterday, and I had one guy in my group giving the most beautiful speech I think he's ever given. He was crying and laughing, and everybody was in tune to him. And then I was looking this way, and my other friend was over there trying to be louder than this guy, and I'm like, dude, you don't always got to be heard, dude. Like, shut up. But I didn't tell him that. I just thought that. And today when I was reflecting, I'm like, man, I got to really get down to it. Why does that guy over there get me so upset? What is it in him that I see a reflection of myself, right? That, I've been taught or learning that some people that trigger me, they're just mirrors of myself. I'm like, all right, do I always need to have the last word? Do I always need to be the loudest guy in the spot? Do I need to all that attention? And it's like, wow, yeah, I think I've gone through phases where I was that guy who needed just to be seen. And even lately, even though it wasn't as obvious as those other times, I did. I shared yesterday how I just felt like I worked so hard just to be seen, just to be appreciated, just to feel good about my incompleteness. And just man, this reflection has really, just doing these daily reflections with you guys every single day has helped me so much to get down to the causes and conditions. Why am I not able to love as I once did? Why am I not able to tolerate as I once did? And I think it's because as I live my life and I start wanting different things, and I start, going different places, and I start realizing what I want and what I don't want. And what I want is like, okay, I'm going to get real honest right here. What I want more than anything right now is to be in a relationship with somebody, to go out with somebody, to date somebody, to be with somebody. And, I've been trying not to focus on that so much, because it's a void. It's a problem that I have right now. in a sense, mostly because I'm still working with stuff that I have. So even though I want it really bad, I'm scared to go get it. And so that's the stuff that I'm scared of is the stuff I'm dealing with. So why did I bring that up? I don't know. Maybe just to get honest. I don't know why I brought that up. I'm so sorry. So anyway, so in the mix of all things, I realized that that I'm still spiritually growing. I'm still I need my spiritual help more than anything right now. What does that look like? It's like I need my prayer, my meditation, my gratitude list, my daily reflections, doing inventory. Right now I'm in the process of doing some inventory on my defects, writing them down, my character defects. There's like 7 really, they call them for lack of better words, they call them the 7 deadly sins, but just writing them down: anger, fear, resentment, gluttony, sloth. Writing those down and thinking, what triggers that stuff? What triggers me not wanting to get up to go to work today? What triggers me disliking certain people? What triggers my anger? What triggers my fears? My fear of going out there and asking somebody, would you like to go have some coffee? What triggers all that? What my fears? And that's what I'm doing right now, and it's got me realizing a lot of things, but good and bad. And once I'm there, I have to go to the next step. I have to take it to the next level to be free of this stuff. I can't skip a step. I can't do it half-assed. I mean, I can, but I've already seen the results of skipping steps and doing things half-assed, and it hasn't really worked for me. But today is talking about forgiveness. And I think I'm just going to start right there. And I encourage you also, if you're maybe in the same situation as I am, maybe going through the same thing, a lot of stuff is making sense. You see what you want, but you can't really obtain it. It's really going out there. And you realize that, man, you got more work to do. And I'm going to start here, and I encourage you to start also is forgiveness. Forgiveness of ourselves. Forgiveness of myself for not knowing. Forgiveness of myself for knowing and not doing better. Forgiveness of myself for being this old and just getting it. Forgiveness of myself for not having, the rightest relationships in the past. Forgiveness of myself for messing up really good relationships that I used to have, right? Forgiveness of myself for not being able to handle situations that I didn't know how to handle, and taking that and beating myself with the club of, you should know better, right? So I'm going to start there today. The reflection today has really, really just helped me to be like gentle with myself today. But like, okay, well, we got some stuff. You got honest. Now we can work on it. And I encourage you, if you're feeling the same way, maybe you don't have a solution. Maybe you haven't found something that works for you. I would encourage you to start there. Just forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself. Like, it's okay. I screwed up relationships too. A lot of people have. I've said the wrong thing millions of times. I'm not proud of it. Some things I've gotten over, but some things, the deeper stuff is still there. So I'm just going to forgive myself today. I'm just going to be gentle with myself. Be gentle with yourself today. Forgive yourself today if you're able to. If you're not able to, just try, man. Just try. Start with you and move outwards, right? Start on the inside of you and move outwards towards others. And I'm going to practice that today. I'm going to practice forgiveness of myself, forgiveness of others, And what other people do is none of my business. Whether they get punished or not, it's none of my business. That's between them and God. If the cop asks me some questions, yeah, I'll answer them. But it's not like that today. I'm not in those situations. I'm talking about the deeper stuff. That people say things that trigger me. They didn't do it on purpose. It just triggered me. Right? So, I would just want to encourage you. Stay legit. Stay cool. You got this. I know you do. I know I got this. Even when I don't feel like it, I'm going to go get it right now. I'm going to jump off this. I'm going to get out of my car. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to show up to work in this new place. And I'm going to do the best freaking job that I can. And everything else will work itself out. I hope, I don't know if y'all been on here with me the past couple of days, but we've been talking about allowing God to do what God does, and I'm gonna do what Chris does. I'm gonna show up to work and do a badass fucking job, and then I'm gonna rock it, and I'm gonna kill it. Why? Because that's what I do. Whether anybody, I'm gonna just forget about whether. Sorry, this thing's bothering me. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna go and do the best freaking job that I know how to do, because that's what I do. That's who I am. Right? I'm not going to show up like the boss and tell everybody what to do. I'm not going to show up like the police and make sure everybody needs to get caught doing bad things. I'm not going to show up like the judge. I'm not going to show up like God. I'm not going to show up like nobody else, like nobody's mother or father. Or I'm going to show up like Chris, a coworker. That's who I'm going to be today. Folks, I encourage you. If you're in the same spot, if you're not feeling like 100%, just be you, man. Just show up like you. Okay? The best you that you are today. Just show up. Maybe you're not feeling like showing up. I don't feel like showing up today either, but I am. We can do this. Okay? Well, I better get off here now and show up 5 minutes early instead of 5 minutes late and do the best fucking job I can do. Sorry. I'm working on cussing, but I just feel very released right now. I feel very released. Being on this video with you guys has released me from something, and I don't know what, and that's okay. I don't have to figure it out. I'm just going to ride the wave. Folks, I love you. Thank you for your time. Forgive yourself. You're finding it hard to forgive yourself. Pray about it. Write about it. Find somebody you really, really trust and talk about it. And if you don't have that person, keep writing about it and keep praying about that you want that person in your life, and it will show up. That person I have in my life, that has showed up. The other stuff, well, it's coming. It's coming. So, thanks again. I love you. We'll see you soon.